Hello, I am Shishidhar, and as a part of the data science project, I have selected one quality dataset. And here it is, all the variables are purely quantitative variables. There is no classifier, there is no qualitative variables here. And first we talk about my dataset, one quality dataset, and we can see my dataset using a function like view function. I have put my name for dataset as data, and this is my dataset. I have 12 attributes in my dataset. These are the attributes: fixed names, fixed fixed acidity, volatile acidity, citric acid, and these are the attributes I have. And here we need to finally we need to find the quality of the wine using all these attributes. This is my dataset, and all the variables are quantitative variables. The model I am using is, first of all, I am using multiple linear regression, and then ridge and laser regressions I am using, and finally I will show what is the difference between ridge regression and laser regression, and what difference between multiple linear regression, and which method is more useful also, you can see. And finally we will see whether the data has any outliers or not. If we have any outliers, how to remove those outliers we will show in this video. We will show. And these are the libraries: Caret, GLMNet, MLBench, Psych, Party, and MLBench. These are the libraries we need to do all these methods, and we will run one by one. And here I am setting where to store, setting working directory I am saving here. And this is the data here. I am getting my data from these folders, and head of data is used to print the head of the data. Head of the, I mean, data means my data set. See here, if we run the head data line, you will get the first six values, first six rows you will get. In every attribute, you will get the first six rows. And if you type summary of data, here you will get this information. For every attribute, you will get what is the minimum value, what is the first quartile, what is the median, what is the mean, what is the third quartile, maximum value. This information you will get in the summary function. And if you want to know what is the relation between how the two variables are correlated, we will use the correlation function we will use. If we run this correlation data, you will get the matrix type we will get. For fixed acidity, the correlation is 1. For fixed acidity, volatile acidity, the correlation is minus 0.25. Like that, for every pair of attributes, we will get the correlation. And pairs panels and scatter plot matrix. We also draw a scatter plot matrix by using the pairs function. And here I am drawing for only 5 to 12. I mean, I am drawing for the attributes 5 to 12. And here I am trying to do box plots. What is the use of box plot means? Yeah, here I got a scatter plot matrix. Why I have using only few variables means, if I use all the variables, here it is not clear to see. That's why I have using only 5 to 12 attributes. Here if you see for chlorides, and this is something is this is used to see how they are correlated. And now box plot. Why we are using box plots means to see whether that attribute has any outliers or not. We'll see by using box plot. This is the function for box plot. We have a box plot function, and if we run this, yeah, this is the box plot. And here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. What are these 5 lines? This is the median. This is the median of the median value of the particular attribute. This is the first quartile. This is the minimum value. This is the third quartile, and this is the maximum value. These lines will represent that. And if we see for a few attributes, we can see these dots after this minimum value or maximum value. I don't what these bubbles represent. Is this represents outliers. All the bubbles we can see here as outliers. If we have outliers in the data set, our model, how better we build the model, we didn't get the correct results. So we have to remove those outliers, and we'll see that how to remove outliers in the end of this section. And I also have written few more block plots. If I used all the data, if I use data here in the box plot, we'll get box plots for all the attributes in the data set. Here are all the attributes we have, and these are the outliers you can see. And yeah, first model I am using is the linear regression. Linear regression we can simply use it by LM function. We can run the linear regression, and this is the quality response variable. We have to find that. First we are training the model with this with our data set. Summary of linear model. Summary of linear model means we will get what are the coefficients, what is the importance of that particular attribute, and we will all will mean square error, r squared value, and we will all will get the by using the function summary. And if you see here, yeah, see, all these are the attribute values, attributes. For fixed HDT, the attribute is 2.49 and E something is there. These are the attributes. If you see here, we have some stars here. If you have 3 stars means this attribute is very important attribute. If you change this attribute, even small change if you do on this attribute, we will get a high variance. Variance will be changed very drastically. And if you have 1 star, this is not the means that attribute is not that much important. Like that we can understand. See, if we see here, adjusted R square value is 0.3561 and R squared value is 0.3606. And if you see for any data set, if you do, adjusted R square will be strictly less than the R squared value. You can say that definitely. And yeah, these are the questions I have written for only few for chloride, sulfides, and I have used LM function for only these variables. And we can also plot the graph for multiple linear regression. This is the graph we got residuals versus fitted values. These are the graphs. And then I'm also applying cross validation. For doing cross validation, we need both test data and training data. Here I'm dividing our main data into 2 parts. One is train data and one is test data. And I'm dividing it into 70-30 ratio. 70% I'm giving it to train data, and 30% I'm giving it to test data. If you have less number of tuples in our data set. If we build a model, then we'll get the we may get the chance of overfitting the model. So we have to use training data more. And I'm dividing it to train and test data. And this custom control parameters. Why we are using custom control parameters is here the method I am using is in this custom control method is repeated CV. Repeated CV means I am doing crash validation and I am repeating it for 5 times, and each time I am dividing into 10 parts. It is like a k fold, and the function we are using for that is train control function. Yeah. Now we are discussing about ridge regression. If you see ridge regression, this is the function. This is the function I am using for ridge regression. If we put alpha here, it is like it is saying that it is ridge regression. If we put 1 here, it is lasso regression. And lambda value I am taking 5 values. I am taking a lambda, and from 0.00001 to 5. In between that, in between these two values, any 5 values it will take, and it will show the result. See, here are train control. I am giving custom. Custom means we have seen that. We have seen that it is doing repeated CV. We'll run this. See, here it is running for 5 times, and each time it is using k-fold for 10 data set. This is the thing. If you see, it is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values in between 0.00001 to 5 values it is taking. This is the mean square error. If you see, for less value, as lambda value increases, our mean square error is increasing. Yeah, this is the ridge regression. See, for each lambda value, it is showing what is the mean square error, what is the r squared, it is showing. Yeah, these are each color represents one attribute, one coefficient. Each value it is representing. As lambda value increases, if you see, all the coefficients are going to be 0. In ridge regression, the mean square error, the error will depend on the lambda value. Yeah, here this graph will show you that which variable is most important. Here if you see, density is more important. Density has more importance among all the attributes in the data set. See, here you can see the coefficient values that we got in the ridge regression using ridge regression. If you see, the main aim of ridge regression is to it is one of the shrinkage method. You can say that means what? Reducing the number of parameters. No, I mean number of attributes to simple our model. These are the attributes. If you see, all the coefficients, some of the coefficients are nearer to 0. If you see in lasso regression, some may be equal to 0 also. That is the difference between lasso and ridge regression. In ridge regression, we are using all the attributes, but we are giving importance to the important attributes. And in lasso regression, we are not using all the variables. All the attributes are not using. Only few are using. Some are becoming zeros. See here, I am going to run the lasso regression. Here also same thing. like in ridge regression, but here the difference only is the alpha become 1. Alpha become 1 means it is a laser regression. 0 means it is a ridge regression. Here also it is running for 5 times. Yeah, this is the plot for laser regression. If you see here, as lambda increases, first from 0 to 1 it is rapidly, it is exponentially increases. After that, for all values of lambda, the mean square error is showing the same. Here you can see for like each lambda value, what is the r squared value, what is the mean square error. As in laser regression, here also we have each, for each color it is representing each one quotient, and here also as lambda value increases, all the quotients are becoming zeros. Yeah, this plot will show that what is the important variables among all the variables. Here also like it is also like same in the ridge regression. The density variable has the more importance among all the variables. See this, seen the quotients here. These are the quotients got by using the laser regression. Here unfortunately no variable become no quotient will become 0. Means no variable is the not that much least important. You can compare the models here. What is the which model is better between ridge regression and laser regression? Yeah, see, if this is summary here, you will get by using ridge regression what values you get, by using laser regression what values you get here. And finally, earlier if you see we have outliers in our dataset. How to remove outliers? First, we have to detect whether outliers are there or not. By using QQ norm function, we can use QQ norm function to see whether outliers are there in the particular attribute or not. We'll run and see. Yeah, yes. These are the values you have. These are the values you have in that residual sugar attribute. If you draw a line here, this is the line. All these are all the remaining above line are showing as outliers. Means in this attribute we have the outliers. Removing outliers. How to remove outliers? There are many methods to remove outliers. Means what? In some data set, the outliers are needed. In some data set, there is no need of outliers. You can replace that outliers with any values like average of that attribute or maximum of that attribute, minimum of that attribute. Any can with anyone with anything we can replace it. Here I have replaced with maximum value. If the outlier is above the maximum value, I have replaced it with maximum value. If the outlier is below the minimum value, I have replaced it with minimum value. This is the function I have written for to do that. See, all these lines of removing data, removing outliers for each attribute. Finally, I had drawn a box plot for the after removing outliers. I have drawn a box plot. Here, if you see, for no variable we have any outlier. I have removed all the outliers. So you can remove outliers for this. Thank you. This is my data science project. Thank you.